You are my candy girl. You got me wanting you. When I kissed you, girl, I knew how sweet a kiss could be. I know how sweet a kiss can be. Like the summer sunshine, pour your sweetness over me. Pour your sweetness over me. Oh, sugar, sugar on me, honey. Honey, sugar on me, baby.
That's so sweet.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, sugar on me. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, sugar on me, honey. Oh, yeah, sugar on me, baby.
That's so sweet.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, sugar on me, honey. Ah, sugar. Honey, honey. You are my candy girl. And you got me wanting you. Oh, honey. Sugar, sugar. You are my candy
Hello, my name's Ash, but for patient privacy purposes, you can call me Mr. X. I am a diabetic, and as an act of empowerment, I'm going to share today with you my case study. Until about 3 years ago, I lived the life of a busy, stressed business executive. Just hold the moment. Hold all calls, thank you. And this meant long hours, poor diet, and sometimes even overuse of alcohol. Don't mind if I do. Thank you. And cheers. But we'll come back to that later, I'm sure. Apart from going to the fridge, there was no exercise regime. And in the early summer of 1999, I decided to do something about this and cut out all alcohol, replacing it with soft drink. Lots of soft drink. And the more I drank, the thirstier I became. And I began to sweat more. Oh, sorry, Isabel. I began to glow like a pig. And my wife told me that my moods began to swing. And I don't know what the hell she meant by that. Anyway, my eyesight went a little strange. And even other areas of male function started to disappoint. Even the microphone drooped. So anyway, what was happening? Well, I guess it was time for the diagnosis. Being married to a nurse can have its advantage. First, there's never a shortage of these great pens from the drug company reps, but I guess more importantly, here was a nurse who knew what to do with a sweaty, cranky, poor vision man with a craving for lime soft drink. Yes, it was time for the big prick, and it was time for Mr. X's first BSL. And so I thought BSL actually was a robot in Star Wars, but we got the Advantage monitoring. And so with a family history of diabetes, overweight, high blood sugar and high sugars in pregnancy, although I'm not sure that's, might be right, I was now officially a card-carrying, full certificate type 2 diabetic. So what did I do about it? Well, being the average Australian male, I was reticent about seeing a doctor. But seeing that all the car registrations issued in Victoria now seemed blurred, I could no longer drive, so I submitted. My doctor confirmed that I was a diabetic, and he checked me in to see an endocrinologist. And this endocrinologist seemed to me to be judgmental about my lifestyle, and this put me seeing off the diabetic educator. It wasn't denial, it just wasn't very helpful. Now, fortunately, the availability of a nurse with subtle, non-judgmental language yeah, sure, was able to make some progress towards management. Now, this ability to help people change their behaviour whilst keeping their dignity is so very important, both for the health practitioner and the patient. My specialist may well have been very good at talking about ketones, but for all I knew, he may as well have been talking about the deltones. The health practitioner failed to build rapport and failed us both. Now, I had to go about improving my lifestyle. So first of all, I lost 60 pounds, 25 kilograms. Of course, I've still got a long way to go. But came self-esteem, new clothes, and Hahn Premium Light, available at all good licensed grocers. Now, next, a small amount of exercise. Admittedly not a lot, and more's needed, but we're on our way. So I had to eliminate 5 fish and chip shops from the speed dial of the mobile phone, but I admit we've still got a way to go yet. Now, the matters we've addressed include better meals, diet drinks and regular testing, and with the help of a patient doctor, it's a funny phrase, isn't it? I would have, who issued some death warnings, I would have achieved and have achieved an HbA of 9.9, which is not great, but a hell of a lot better than 32. I've been bettering the care of my feet, and this involved new, better fitting shoes from a shoe store specialising in caring for diabetics. And that comes from our good friends at Gilmore Shoes, and who said cash for comment is dead. So, obviously, still more has to come due to the condition that I have, and that it will include increased exercise, more regular monitoring, more weight loss, and even a better regard in both food, I almost lost the teeth then, and drinks. So, as a patient, may I offer some, some conclusions to you for the participants of this diabetics resource training. I was a sitting duck for diabetes and had no real prior information about it. We really need to start teaching everyone about it in schools and the community. Many people are walking around as diabetic time bombs, undiagnosed. When I was sweating, I just thought it was hot. With excessive urination, I just thought I was getting old. Oh, Fleur, I can't believe you put urination up there in yellow print and lots of bubbles going through it. And with blurred vision, I thought I was having a brain tumour. Now, had I not been married to a nurse from the Ionia Hospital and just been Joe X, 3 years later, and with a reluctance to see doctors, I might still be undiagnosed. An important part of the diagnosis was a fast-track appointment with Dr. Alex Harper, who's now seen me a number of times over the past 3 years. In fact, my spectacle prescription has not changed in those 3 years. Peer pressure can be important for a lot of people. I largely work alone, so there's no peer pressure on me in my workplace. However, it's sometimes confusing to see a family friend who's a nurse and a diabetic tuck into the mud cake. So practitioners also need to set the example too. Now, issues in the assessment of my treatment must continue with the continued monitoring. I'm on medications such as the metformin and Lipitor, which is more cholesterol based, and I need to keep up with information about the dangers that will be faced in the coming years with the progression of diabetes. Now, during the early part of my diabetes, I was more financially limited than I am now. Sometimes I couldn't afford the medications or even the sticks for my diabetes glucose monitoring. I certainly wasn't going to reveal my temporary financial difficulties to a doctor or a social worker, so pride was also a factor delaying the betterment of my health. So as health professionals, you'd need to be well aware, as you no doubt are, of the needs, the matters that the specialist and the nurse at a hospital should have in regards to medication and advice, but more so I was receiving factual advice but not the emotional support from the health professionals. And that is just as, if not more important than the facts. Likewise, the setting down of realistic goals in writing, that's important as well. Now, you might call it a behaviour change plan, and I guess one of these days I might just get around to doing just that. So in conclusion, may I thank Fleur for letting me join her in the homework of this case study. I've learnt almost as much as she has. Thank you to your facilitator, Isabel Henry, for letting me being a part of your day-to-day, and thank you to the entire group for hearing my case study.
Sugar, oh honey, honey, you are my candy girl, and you got me wanting you. Honey, oh sugar, sugar, you are my candy girl, and you got me wanting you. slice of life.